Hi, just come out of one of the oldest libraries in the world in St. Gallen in Switzerland, and this library has books that are 1,000 years old, written in the monasteries. We're in a monastery itself, and it dates back to recording the Reformation of the Christian tradition from as early as 600 years AD. So amazing, timeless experience here that we're having. And there's a drive in this area that's linked to this to save knowledge, to preserve knowledge. And I think that we're at the mercy of being bombarded by so much information these days that it's easy to lose the important knowledge. And over the door, when you go into this library in Latin, it says healing for the soul. And I think that relates to the delusions that we carry in our life about what we think is important, what we think is going to make us happy, what's going to make the world a better place. And our heart-centered approach is about reminding us that kindness, compassion, love, gratitude, peace, generosity are the kinds of qualities that we want to cultivate and nurture in the world to make it a better place. And so our heart-centered breathwork is based on this tradition, really, because the knowledge that's stored here conditions the perception of the Western world that we live in. And there's a globe in the library with the world as they knew it in the 1500s. And Australia looks like a bunch of islands in there. And so, knowledge is something that's changing all the time, and there's some amazing history and stories in there about how the Egyptians worshipped Isis as the mother, and then that was a predecessor to Mother Mary in the Christian tradition. And so it kind of informs us that the way that we look at our world is actually built in the West on these traditions and these understandings and knowledge that conditions our perception. And so in our heart-centered approach, we're all the time wanting to build consciousness around living from love, living from those qualities of kindness and compassion and gratitude. And when we do that, we change the world that we live in, because our perception is based on the knowledge and the understandings of the world that we live in. And this, for me, this library experience was a real reminder about how history changes the way people think, changes the way we perceive the world, and changes how we are in it as well, and that it's not fixed, it's not nailed down in concrete anywhere. It's actually something that's evolving all the time. And so, we want to be growing spiritually, growing into more kind, loving, caring, open-hearted, courageous souls. And really, in our heart-centered breathwork and our heart-centered living approach, we pull all that together in a very practical way to be able to grow spiritually in our life. And the segue here is, if you're interested in experiencing what I'm talking about, we have 7 beautiful master coaches in our breathwork community, and they are actually hosting an event for me while I'm over here tonight, Thursday night at 7. And so they're going to be talking about how to use the breath to connect, to self-regulate, to open your heart, and be guiding you through some simple breathing practices that you can use straight away, take away with you, to help you to be more calm, clear, focused, open-hearted and loving. So it's a wonderful opportunity to bridge from here to the present moment yeah, just explore heart-centered breathwork. So I'd love to have you come and join us there for that, and I'll put the link in the comments below. Okay, I hope you're going well and look forward to catching up again super soon.